right, friends, we are going to jump right into our math example today. Again, because every unit kind of starts with those topics that we review, such as the addition and subtraction that we did yesterday, and then it goes into multiplication. We're going to do a little bit of multiplication because I know some of us still struggle with it, and it's honestly just good practice because the older that you get, the bigger numbers that you're going to multiply. So we are going to do some multiplication today. We are going to do some 2-digit by 2-digit problems, and we are going to use our lattice strategy. So if you remember that lattice strategy, that is where we are going to be creating the box. Okay, and then we cut it in half, and then we cut it in half again, and we make 4 boxes because we are doing 2 numbers, 2-digit numbers. Our question that we're going to start off with is going to be 49 times 19. So that is where you put your problem at the top, 49, and then on this side you do your 19. Okay, so that tells us what we are multiplying. Okay, and then remember, we cut each of our boxes in half going diagonal. Okay, and I always extend them just so we can write that answer there. Okay, so step 1 of that is where we are going to multiply the numbers together. So to get this box right here, you take the number that's off to the side of it in that row. So 1 goes with these 2 boxes and 9 goes with these 2 this way. So you multiply 1 times 9. So 1 times 9 gives you 9. Put your 9 in the ones, and there's no 10, so you can put that 0 there just so you know that there's something there. Okay, and then we can go across again. You're still using that 1, and now you're going to multiply it times the 4 to put in that first box. So 1 times this 4 gives you 4. Put your 0 back up there, kind of that invisible 0, I like to call it. Okay, and then we're going to go down to the second row. Okay, so now we're going to be using this 9 and multiplying it by the 2 numbers. So 9 times 9 is 81. So you put your 1 in the ones column and your 8 in the tens column. And then you're going to multiply the 9 times the 4, which is 36. So your 6 in the ones column and your 3 in the tens column. Okay, so now that we have multiplied everything, we are going to add diagonally to find our answers, okay? So at this point, we no longer need these numbers, okay? Don't forget that we do not add these in when we're adding diagonally, okay? So first kind of diagonal column that we're going to do is this one right here, and it's usually by itself. So we just bring that 1 down for our ones column. Okay, our next column is here, so we're going to add the 9, the 8, and the 6. So 9 and 8 gives you 17, and then 6 more gives you 23. Okay, so we can't put all of the 23 here in this area. So just like when we add, we put the ones down, so the 3, and we carry over our 2. So I just kind of make a small little number in there. Okay, so then we're going to add our hundreds column, which is this one right here. So we're going to add the 2, the 0, the 4, and the 3. So 2 and 0 is 2, 2 and 4 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9. So you put your 9 in that hundreds column. Okay, your last column is your thousands place. Okay, there's nothing there, so you don't need to put that 0 because we don't say 0 and 931. So we're just going to leave that blank, and our answer is 931. Okay, remember that there is also a lattice anchor chart under the den on our math section if you need that to reference. Let me switch this over and I will show you the rest of today's assignment. All right, friends, so here we are. My page looks a little different because I'm showing you from my teacher perspective, but you guys know how to work Classic, so you will be familiar. So like I said, today your goal is to multiply multi-digit whole numbers using our lattice strategy. So you're going to click on today's assignment, which is titled Wednesday, March 25th. Okay, and math is going to start on slide 4 today. So if you go to slide 4, this is where you're going to go. I have listed pretty much the steps that I use. I also have a visual of my example that I did on on the first part of our video, so that way you can use that. And remember that you can always use the lattice anchor chart that's in our math tab under the Den if you want some more to reference. So just like yesterday, you are going to solve the problems. After you've solved the problems using the lattice, you're going to type it in those green boxes there to make sure that it is correct. Okay, remember, if it pops up 1 out of 1, you're good to go. If it pops up red, that means you need to try again. So you have 7 problems there to do for that. Okay, and then I have a second task for you today, because I felt like yesterday math was easy, today was kind of easy, so this is a little bit more of a fun type challenge. So this is a multiplication search. So on slide 5 you will have this. So I've already kind of created an example for you here, so you can see that I found 5 and 12, which makes 60. So when you are generating these, you have to make sure when you're putting it on there that you're adding the times sign and the equal sign. So I highlighted it in red down here. That way you don't forget that. So then when you come down here, you're going to write those facts. So my first one, you don't include it, but I'm just going to write it for an example purpose. You're going to just write that fact that you found. So the 5 times 12 equals 60. You're writing that whole problem there. Okay? So my challenge for you is to find all of those other 20 examples, and then I would love to see it on Seesaw. If you have any questions, remember, you can always click on the Padlet for today, and I will answer them as quickly as possible. Good luck on your math today, mathematicians. I know you will do great.